Good morning. Welcome to Undisputed, live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and our very cool Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Jenny, I love Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
It's the nectar of the gods, the breakfast of champions, and I just went up 10 cases of Diet Mountain Dew. You believe in that? 10. And I got pending bets. They're all but over.
Why don't you
it's just going to skyrocket.
Why don't you act like you won a bet before, Skip?
I had a really good weekend.
You did have a good weekend.
You saw a great game. I saw lots of great games.
Why
did.
don't you act as if you won a bet before? Act like you've been there, Skip. Have you not won a bet before? You're up 10
Feeling
cases.
cold over there?
No, I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Trying something new today.
Oh, Tom
Should we
Ford's
worry
meat,
about this?
Tom Ford meat bite.
He is trying to distract the audience from another lost bet, and it's almost working.
I get it back.
Yep.
We have a lot to get to on today's show. One of these guys has a big problem with Michael Thomas's cell phone celebration, and with Skip Wright about the Lakers' struggles. But we are going to start with what we saw last night between Brady and Rodgers. The Patriots hosted the Packers last night in a marquee quarterback matchup. Green Bay was driving in the fourth quarter to take the lead when Aaron Jones fumbled. On the Patriots' next drive, Julian Edelman got a chance to throw the ball, connected with James White to set up the go-ahead touchdown. Then later in the fourth, Brady found Josh Gordon for a 55-yard TD to seal the win. The Patriots have now won 6 straight. Let's take a listen to Rodgers and Brady after the game.
We made some plays in the fourth quarter when we needed to, and anytime you beat a good football team, it feels good. So 7-2 is it's a long ways from 1-2 where we were. We strung together a lot of wins, playing good football, and we got to keep it going.
We're not hitting on all cylinders. We're hurting ourselves with negative yards plays and missed throws and turnovers at the wrong time and not being on the same page too many times. Whether I'm missing a throw or we're not in the spot I think we're going to be at, it's happening in the worst times. When we have to play our best in those crunch times, we haven't been playing our best.
All right, Shannon, what was your takeaway from last night's game?
I think the Patriots showed they have the better of the two football teams. I thought both quarterbacks played okay. Both guys made some incredible throws. I thought for a large chunk of the game, at least for the first 3 quarters, Brady seemed uncomfortable. Had a stretch there where he has 6 straight incompletions. But the thing that I love most about him is that he never forces the ball. He's willing to throw the ball away. He's willing to throw the ball in the dirt because he knows that his defense at some point in time can make a play and probably will make a play. So he's not going to force anything. And I know Skip hates this. He hates when great quarterbacks have to use trickery. He hates when Aaron Rodgers draws the guys offside. He hates when Aaron Rodgers...
Three times last night he did it.
Jenny, is it...
Still Shannon.
Thank you, Skip. I would appreciate if you not interrupt me. Trying to distract the audience again.
When I unleash, it's going to be over.
Okay, but it's not your turn to unleash. Can I have my moment?
Try.
Reclaiming 25 seconds. Skip doesn't like this when 2 great players, especially at the quarterback position, and they have to resort to trickery. The game was really decided by 2 plays, and neither was made by Tom Brady. It was the Julian Edelman pass to Julian Edelman's pass to James White, and the fumble. Yeah. Neither one of those plays were made by Tom Brady. I felt that going into the fourth quarter, the Packers had all the momentum. Aaron Rodgers had just made 2 incredible throws. And the running back, he has both hands on the ball. He's trying to protect it because he knows the ball, turnovers are at a premium, especially if you're playing in New England. And the guy came from behind. He did a great job of getting the ball out. Coaching matters. And a lot of times, we talk coaching matters. Yeah, it does. Because if you look at it, it's 4th and 21. Why would Green Bay attempt to block that punt? Because, first of all, you're going to get great field position. It changed, Skip, 24 yards of field position. Instead of having the ball at the 31, now you have the ball at the 7. But if you look at the guy, he runs into the punter from the side, which lets me know his aiming point at the very beginning was off. Having been on special teams, having been on punt block, you go for where you think the guy's going to be, not for where the guy is. And he hits the guy in the side, which lets me know his aiming point was off from the beginning. But give those guys, give the Patriots credit. They never panic. They're well coached. They're disciplined. They don't beat themselves. The injuries started to mount for the Packers.
True.
And the Patriots just waited their time, and struck at the most opportune of times. So give the Patriots credit. I don't think the Packers are a very good football team. I think they have an all-time great player at quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. But other than that, I don't think they're a very good football team, and they're probably going to miss the playoffs. Wow. And it's going to cost Mike McCarthy his job this year.
Wow. They're going to miss the playoffs with the best player in the history of pro football?
It's happened before.
Wow.
It's happened before.
That's shocking to me.
So I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. The best player has never missed the playoffs.
Well, he did once, his second year in the league, but that's it. That's all that
Joe Montana never missed the playoffs?
I don't know.
John
I'm talking about Tom Brady.
Well, it's your turn to talk, so you can talk about what...
Thank you. Game over. My turn. Ball in my court. My bottom line was that predictably, when it really, really mattered in the fourth quarter, Tom Brady outplayed Aaron Rodgers. No shock to me. And Tom Brady did it without Rob Gronkowski, without Sony Michel, without his best offensive lineman, Shaq Mason. And while Chris Hogan caught 0 balls for the whole game last night, if you can believe that. And so, as usual in big games, if you can believe this, Shannon can't. Tom Brady went 6 for 6 in the fourth quarter for 104 yards and a touchdown, and the Patriots won the fourth quarter 14-0. Meanwhile, in the fourth quarter, most people probably just forgot about this and swept it under their little rugs, but Aaron Rodgers went 2 for 7 in the fourth quarter for a grand total of 15 yards. So Tom Brady 6 for 6 for 104.
You know you're making
Aaron
my point
Rodgers,
for me.
2 of 7 for 15 yards.
You know that,
for 15 yards.
That point I made
it's
on
my
Friday?
turn, Jenny. I think it's my turn. I reclaimed 15 seconds right there. Thank you very much. And of course, right on schedule, after Tom Brady hit Josh Gordon for the clinching touchdown, which was the play of the game.
You
not
sure he
the
was
two.
throwing to Josh Gordon?
Yes,
Are you sure?
Completely sure. Utterly, completely
Julian Edelman
sure.
didn't think so.
Want to bet?
Julian Edelman didn't think so.
Want to bet that he was throwing to Josh Gordon?
I'm just saying, Julian Edelman didn't think so.
I'll get to that in just a second. But predictably, that was 7:55 left in the game, and I had to watch over the last 7 minutes. Aaron Rodgers, what do I call him? The LeBron James of the National Football League. He went LeBron. He started melodramatically shaking his feet. Don't
do that.
My hand hurts.
Don't do that.
Because he had to signal the audience, I got to have an excuse. I need a pass here because I hurt my hand, and I know I'm losing the game, and I don't think we can come back from 14 down, but it reminded me of LeBron going to his post-game media session after he got swept with a soft cast on his right hand. Do you remember that?
No,
that was classic. It was all time. So,
you call for football.
Tom Brady for this football game threw for 294 yards with 13 incompletions. So let's rank this against what Aaron did. Aaron threw for 35 fewer yards, but with 6 more incompletions. He had 19 total. So I'd say if you add all that up, it sort of adds up to Tom Brady had the better overall football game. While Aaron Rodgers, you want to talk about weapons? I sat back in awe in my chair watching this game because Aaron Rodgers got Devontae Adams. Tom doesn't have a Devontae Adams.
What about Josh
He
Gordon?
doesn't have a Jimmy Graham.
What about Josh Gordon?
It's my turn.
Okay.
It's my turn. I'm sorry.
Skip still.
And did you see those 2 kids rise and shine last night for Aaron Rodgers? He's got 2 stud rookies, but especially that Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I just like that's 2 games in a row where I'm just sitting back in awe. He's 6 feet 4 inches tall, and he could just go up and sky grab it. And he did it a couple of times last night, and I'm saying, Brady didn't have anything like that because Brady is stuck with what's left of Josh Gordon. And you said it 2 weeks ago. Josh Gordon, I don't know, he looks like he's turned into a tight end because I don't see any burst. I don't see any downfield explosion. It's all he's got. But as you said, what did you say? I'm going to quote the great Shannon Sharp, the Hall of Famer. He looks like he's running with a piano on his back. And I'm just mystified by it.
Can I interest you for 5 for $130 and a turn?
Yeah, I know, but that's all you got because he makes it happen. And yet, let's talk about that throw of the game because this was the play of the game. So what happens on this play? You got trips left, and you got Hogan who just exits stage backwards. So he does a little pop back screen pass, and Edelman just kind of runs just a nothing route in the middle, and then Josh Gordon runs a deeper route, and it reminded me of the route tree of the Minnesota Miracle. Remember that? And the end of the play reminded me of the Minnesota Miracle because Tramon Williams went Marcus Williams, and he just whips. I don't know what he's doing because it was a terrific read, and it was a terrific throw, and it definitely was aimed at Josh Gordon. But what's Tramon doing? That's the ball game right there because I still, I was giving Aaron Rodgers a chance against what's left of Belichick's defense.
The question that I have, Skip, is what are the defensive backs doing? Because if you're going to make the hold on, why would if you think it's going to be a pass to Hogan, why would Edelman run past you?
I don't know, because two underneath DBs jumped Hogan's route, which is in the backfield.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, in other words, you would think if they're going to throw the ball to Hogan, Edelman's going to block at least one of you guys.
Blake Martinez came and took Edelman for what it's worth. He was limping at that point, but he took Edelman. And it looked like he pretty much had him controlled.
But here, you know what, Jenny? You know what I noticed? Skip Bayless loves QBR. He has yet to mention it. Skip Bayless, if you don't mind me asking, can you tell the people at home who had... No.
It's
your turn. It's your turn.
I didn't do my research on this.
It's your turn.
I don't have your kind of research.
Jenny,
I don't have that third level.
It's Skip's turn. Skip, go ahead.
Well, you always tell me passer rating is better than QBR. Tom Brady had a better passer rating.
Don't do that, Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless, are you going to do that to me this morning?
I have said this, Laura.
Yeah,
Thank you. I've said this many times. I said it on the old show many, many times. QBR, whoever does QBR at ESPN, they hate Tom Brady because everybody hates Tom Brady. Every time it's just shockingly bad. So I just gave you his numbers in the fourth quarter. He had a 37 QBR. It's incomprehensible.
Why is it incomprehensible?
Because he played much better than Aaron Rodgers. I just gave you the numbers.
You just told me on Friday, over the last 3 years, Tom Brady has the highest QBR of anybody.
I did not tell you that.
That's what you told me.
I did not tell you that. I didn't tell you that over the last 3 years.
So he doesn't have the highest QBR of anybody graded in the last 3 years?
I don't think so. You mean the highest single game?
No. The highest QBR cumulative over the last 3 years.
I don't know that.
So now, a guy that's great at QBR, now he hates it because it doesn't favor Tom Brady in this game.
I can show you times in the past on the old show when I would just sit back and say, how could you give him that for that?
I've been saying the exact same thing. How can someone throw for 4 touchdowns and the guy throws for 2 touchdowns and 1 interception and it has a higher QBR than the guy that threw for 4 touchdowns? But you just disregard that.
So let me give you another stat on Aaron Rodgers. In the first quarter last night, Aaron Rodgers threw 15 passes, which was the most in any quarter he's thrown in any first quarter over the last 2 years. They scored 3 points.
Yeah.
Is that good QBR? Nope, that's ineffective QBR. For the first half, the Packers ran 42 plays to Tom Brady's 31 plays. What was the score at halftime? They trailed 17-10. That's not good QBR.
Hold on, wait a minute. Now all you did was validate what I said on Friday. I told you Coach Belichick's defense in the fourth quarter. If you don't mind me asking, how many points did the Patriots defense allow in the fourth quarter, Skip Bayless?
Okay, this is the same defense that gave up 31 points to a first-year starter named Patrick Mahomes at home on a Sunday night. 31 in the second half. And your guy, Aaron Rodgers, wait a second. In the fourth quarter, he goes 2 for 7.
I thought it was my turn.
Well,
is it my turn?
No, you were asking me rhetorical questions. I just told you. Can you believe this? Can you believe how Aaron Rodgers stunk up the joint last night in the fourth quarter? I'm serious. He stunk it up. But everybody's going to give him a pass. No, it's okay because his hand was hurt. He hurt his hand.
Hold on. There's no pass to be given. But did you see Tom Brady when Julian Edelman didn't stop on that shallow cross and he fooled Tom Brady and Tom Brady threw it behind him and he turned around? Hold on. I want to hear what you got to say about that, showing this guy up.
Did you see what Julian Edelman did in the first quarter? When he hit him right in the hands for 20 yards and he cold dropped it? Did Tom get upset about that? Did he point at him? No.
I'm just asking you a simple question. You say Aaron Rodgers shows his guys up. You say you don't like quarterbacks that do that. He showed Julian Edelman up because Julian Edelman was supposed to sit down.
Didn't show him up. And
what did he do?
They are best friends. They are best friends.
Skip, it's okay.
Again, he just looked at him like, I thought you were going to go back.
Oh, that's what he looked at him at. That's not what he said. He's like, what are we doing? Stop. That's what he did, Skip. But you look, all I'm saying is this. Let's give the New England Patriots credit. They played better as a team. At some point in time, Skip, you can't keep hemorrhaging players. Brian Bulaga goes out. Remember, he only played 5 games last year. Hold on, Skip.
Don't start me on hemorrhaging because the Patriots have hemorrhaged all year.
Yeah. So you think they have more injuries than the Patriots?
I don't know. The more cuts for sure. Cuts and injuries.
No, but think about it. Not only are the Packers injured and they got backups playing to backups, they're trading one of their best defensive players. I don't really know how Clint Dix getting a pick next year helps the Packers and Aaron Rodgers that's trying to get into the playoffs this year. But I digress. That's not what I'm talking about right now. I want to give the Patriots credit because the one thing we know is that they don't normally beat themselves. You have to beat them, which means you must take care of the football because you pay a price. There's a reason why they've only lost 18 games in Tom Brady's tenure as a starter. They don't normally lose there. And they definitely normally they don't lose if they win the turnover battle.
How many turnovers did they have last night?
They had what?
Who?
The
New England.
Right.
New England had none.
Right.
None.
When you win the turnover battle, which means you have fewer than your opponent. So even although Green Bay only had 1, 0 is fewer than 1. Last I checked. I'm not good at math. I'm not Pythagoras or Einstein. But last I checked, 0 was fewer than 1. You have to win that battle when you play the Patriots. Also, when you get down in the red zone, you must put the ball into the end zone.
Sure.
And give the Patriots credit. They are bend but don't break. Coach Belichick says, I don't care anything about you having 700 yards passing or all this total offense. At the end of the day, if I keep you out of the end zone, I like my chances of winning the ball game. And that's what Coach Belichick did. Even when they went for it on 4th down, Coach Belichick says, look, you remember last week, Skip, the Rams went for it on 4th down. They got stopped, but guess what? Green Bay got the ball on the half-yard line. They tackle the guy in the end zone. They get a safety. So Coach Belichick said, you know what? I'm going to have a run blitz call, so there's a chance I hit you in the backfield. So he's constantly playing the field position battle. He's constantly putting his team in situation. But I think the thing that I like most about Coach Belichick is willing to sacrifice athleticism for smarts. If you look at the course of the game, early on, Devontae Adams had it going. Coach Belichick said, you know what? I'm going to roll coverage. And then Jimmy Graham kind of got it going. He said, you know what? I'm going to roll coverage to Jimmy Graham. Because normally, Skip, I've been around some good defensive coordinators. You go into a game, and what I've seen is that a team that has a great wide receiver, you go into the game and says, okay, how do I double him? You don't see on multiple occasions they double the best player, and then all of a sudden another guy gets it going, they find a way to double him, and then another guy gets it going, they find a way to roll coverage to him. So in order for you to do that, a lot of times, Skip, you have to go to the whiteboard. You have to draw it up without practicing and say, okay, guys, this is what we're going to do. Are we clear? Okay, boom, go. And that's what they're able to do. They're unbelievable. They're so well coached. They're never really out of position. Yeah, you might beat them. Normally, when you go zero coverage, McCourty got caught, Scanlon ran the inside, and normally when you go zero coverage, which means no safety in the middle of the field, you take away the inside. But other than that, Skip, I thought the Patriots, defensively, they played well. We know what the Patriots offense, they're a well-oiled machine, but the Patriots are the better team, and I think they proved it.
So it was just a few weeks ago that New England at home gave up 31 points to a first-year starter in the second half named Patrick Mahomes, and Brady still outgunned him 43-40 by throwing for 182 yards in the fourth quarter.
What was the difference in the game?
Same defense got torched by Blake Bortles and Matthew Stafford, and if we go back to the Super Bowl, he really got torched by the backup of the Eagles.
Hold on, I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. Is it about stats or is it about wins? Because in the Super Bowl, Tom Brady threw for 500 yards.
So speaking of coaching,
yes,
what coach through Brady's career in the AFC East gave him the most trouble by far? There's one coach who just bedeviled him. He did.
Right.
He just tormented him, and there were games when he made him look just overmatched, like lost.
Yeah.
Mike Patton, Mike Patton is a protege of Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm pretty sure they spoke last week because Rex was talking big things, about how Mike's going to do a great job. I'm assuming that he picked Rex's brain. I thought Mike Patton did a great job, especially in the third quarter. He was throwing kitchen sinks at Tom Brady, and Tom was a little on his back foot because he just couldn't find anybody open.
If you don't mind me asking, would you say Romeo Crennel is a protege of Coach Belichick?
Well,
would
he
you
is, but I haven't seen him live up.
So he probably picked Coach Belichick's brain a time or two, but it's not Coach Belichick. Mike Patton isn't Rex Ryan. So all that protege.
Mike Patton's pretty good.
Is he Rex Ryan? Yes or no?
He's in the ballpark.
No, Skip. I'm in the stadium, but if I'm not at the battle, I'm not playing the game. So it doesn't matter. He's in the ballpark, but he doesn't have a bat in his hand, so he doesn't mean he's not participating. So stop with this nonsense, Skip Bayless. I see what you're trying to do. I've given the Patriots credit. I've given Tom Brady. He played well. Have I seen him play better? Absolutely. But you tell me.
So, speaking of coaching, I was about to fire Josh McDaniels after the first and goal at the 1, can't get it in. And I'm saying, where's Cordero Patterson? Because, again, you got got to go with your kick returner as your running back. But he'd had one little moment, one burst where he'd gone a couple times for 10 and 17 and then 5 for a touchdown. So you got 1st and goal at the 1. I'm saying, where's Cordero?
He had just got stopped.
Yeah.
Remember, he got stopped.
Yeah, but James White goes first time, and he's so small. He's like 5'10", and
but he ran it in twice.
He goes nothing, and then Cordero did come in on the 2nd down. I thought he scored on.
No, you saw.
Down. I thought he scored.
You saw his butt go down.
I thought he got the ball over the goal line before.
After his butt went down, he did.
I don't know. And then all of a sudden on 3rd down, they're going to sneak it. Tom checks out of it, tries to roll out, which is a bad idea. For
Well, he had to check it out because you saw Martinez walk up.
He was right in his face. But then 4th and goal, he throws a fade to Josh Gordon, and you can't always trust Josh in those circumstances, and he just flat out fell down.
He slipped.
Okay.
Skip, it happens.
So I'm saying, but overall, again, given no Gronk, no Sony, no Shaq Mason, you're overmatched. You're going to have to try trick plays, and he pulled out all the stops.
Why would you do that? If you got to go, why would you have to resort to trickery?
Because your best receiver has a piano on his back named Josh Gordon. That's what you told me.
Yeah.
Piano on his
5
back.
for 130. Could I interest you?
So you got to go no huddle up tempo to start the game. And I thought it worked pretty well. I don't know why they didn't sustain it. Maybe it's too hard for the offense to sustain it.
That's not sustainable.
I understand. But then they tried the flea flicker, and Tom took the underneath route, which was quickly, smartly on his part. And then they'd do the double pass, which was not the play of the game. It didn't break it wide open, but it gave them the lead. And Julian Edelman can really throw it, man. He can throw it. That's a hard throw.
He was a quarterback in college, right?
Yeah.
So I would like to think.
I know. But he threw it all the way across the field and threw a strike to James White, and then he was off to the races. So it was well designed, because I thought Julian was going to turn and throw it upfield to Chris Hogan, but he turned sideways and threw it all the way across the field to a screen. So anyway, Josh McDaniels ended up having a very good game. But my final takeaway on what happened last night is, would you believe that Tom Brady set an all-time record during the game last night on a throw to Philip Dorsett early in the 4th quarter, which was a 3rd down throw, which went for 17 yards. And it didn't even get mentioned. Do you realize if Drew Brees had done that, or heaven forbid, Aaron Rodgers, the game would have stopped and a parade would have ensued.
What was the record, Skip?
See, you don't even know what the record is. Tom Brady broke Peyton Manning's all-time record for total yards in regular and postseason. Total yards, passing, running, whatever. And obviously, Tom's got a grand total of 1,136 yards rushing in every game that he's played. Regular and post. He set the all-time total. Then he went over 80,000 during the game. So he's the first to ever go over 80,000 yards. Remember when Drew on that Monday night game? Remember when he set the passing yards record? Well, didn't they throw a parade?
I mean, Skip, they don't normally, when you do combine, they don't normally say he has the most touchdowns in regular season and postseason. They don't.
How about yards? No one's ever had as many total yards. That's running and passing, and the running doesn't really count, than Tom Brady. That's a big deal to me. 80,000 yards? Stop?
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's what everybody said. Stop. It's Brady hate.
No, it's
not. It is. It's resentment. It's jealousy. It's Giselle jealousy. It is.
Like you said, you and your crack researcher, you had to go dig for that.
That was obvious. It should have hit everybody right between the eyes.
Well, hold on.
That's a big deal. I mean, it wasn't even mentioned last night.
Exactly.
You didn't even know about it.
That's how obscure.
Can you imagine what would happen if Drew Brees had done that?
Stop, Skip.
No,
so now are you trying to diminish Drew Brees?
No.
Yes,
although, you know what? Drew Brees, he proved to me yesterday he's better than Aaron Rodgers. Well, he is.
Didn't Healy say rap? Healy said rap.
Oh,
you
still
right?
talking? You ready to go?
Yeah, Healy said rap.
Okay, we're moving on. Should Michael Thomas get punished for his cell phone celebration? And is Luke Walton already on the hot